Hey, welcome back to Martin's Metal Art. I know it's been a while. But as you can see by the table there, the rest of the shop, holy smokes. I've been busy. I've been good. The gate business is good. The metal business is great. The Band Dunes stuff is really picking up. I just made, I'll take you over here. The golf game is okay. Been hitting lots of golf balls when Benny the Ball Dog lets me. That big, that's about 5'6" tall ghost tree. I just brought 3 of them up to Bandon. Kind of a neat circumstance. They had some of the smaller 28-inch ones, which are still good size, but they had them in this new restaurant called the Ghost Tree Grill. Really looked cool, but were just not big enough for the wall they were on. And I mentioned that when I first went up there and saw them. They installed those I think just out of the gift shop there. They just grabbed a couple. I said, hey, I can make them bigger. They then came back to me about 2 years later, and one of the gals in charge says, is there any way you can make those bigger? They need to be bigger. And I'm like, oh my gosh, yes. So anyway, they said, well, when can you bring them, or when can you get them? And I explained that shipping was, the most expensive part of the deal. And I started looking at the weather, and we had a really nice break in the weather, and me and my son and another buddy sprinted up there. We could only take 3 because of the fact that we needed to lay a seat down in the SUV to bring them up there. Didn't want to drive a truck, and just had a fantastic time. It took me about 10 minutes to install these in the restaurant. They look great. But anyway, fantastic trip to Bandon. Filled the golfing niche. Played pretty well. Had my first round of 4 birdies on Sheep Ranch. Really fun round. Still shot over par, but that's Bandon. So you can see the farm. We've Northern California has had some strange weather. It is January. It shouldn't be this green and the grass this tall, but we've had great rain, but we've had it just in bunches. Over the holidays, I think we got almost 12 inches of rain just before Christmas to after New Year's. Not much has changed in the shop tool-wise. But anyway, let's do a project. I got to start making more of these videos for you guys. Appreciate your wanting to learn something from me. So anyway, I got a really cool project. I'll show you what I'm going to do, and it's something anybody can do with all you need is a piece of chalk, some metal, and a plasma cutter. All right, what you see here is an image by the great Pablo Picasso. It was a print he did. It's entitled Don Quixote. The book it originates from is considered, I think it was written in like 1605, considered the first great literary work, kicked off a whole, the next 500 years of great literary works. But if they go back, this was kind of the first. Man of La Mancha. Anyway, it's an amazing tale. It's about basically Don Quixote, Sancho Panza, his squire. Don Quixote was not a man of means, but as he worked all his life and he, struggled with all different things, one of the things that started to take over and was, basically his mind was kind of pretty much shot. And he decided, I guess at some point, that he wanted to be a knight. And of course a knight needs a squire. So the squire is his buddy Sancho Panza. And so you've got the squire on the mule to help, arm the great knight and hand him his weapons and do all the, stuff that, people of knighthood, all those lesser tasks. And this guy knows that this guy's nuts. Okay, that's kind of the premise of the whole deal. And the beauty of it is the friendship that is there is this guy doesn't want to let this guy's dream die. So he helps him out. And one of the things that he's crazy about, he keeps seeing these invading armies. He's saving Spain from all these different invading armies, and all they are is windmills out in the distance. And so they would see a windmill, he would basically, get on his horse and an old swayback horse, and save Spain. And the beauty of it is that at some point this guy could call BS and piss all over this guy's dreams, but he doesn't. And that's the beauty of this. And it's something that I encourage everybody in life. And you're going to see people and friends and this and that and through relationships and different goals and this and that. And, every now and then, don't be the guy or the gal that just pisses on everybody's dreams. Be the person that, no matter how far-fetched it is, be that person that goes out and plays along. Because A, you're going to have a lot more friends. B, the one thing that we don't need to do in life is to, be that, be that guy, that gal. I mean, be the person that everybody comes to and asks, about, hey, how hard is it to do something like this? And say, I don't know, let's find out, let's try it. Be that person that's there for that other person. Just an absolutely fantastic story in life, and pointed out, and yes, people went crazy in the 16th century and the 15th century, and and people pointed it out and wrote great things about it and this and that. So, but you can see this coming together. You can find this image anywhere on the internet. Anytime I grab an image like this, I want to cut something out of metal. This is not for sale, for profit. This is going to 2 different friends, and I want to make their day. And the story is just so beautiful. All these prints, all these black and white, I don't think this is a wood carving. This is more of a print, like 1950 something. This was done. But anyway, I would not sell this. It's not mine. I know that there's copyright laws and this and that, and say we change something 10% or blah, blah, blah. That's still, it still looks, I mean, I guess, copying is the best form of flattery. I wouldn't want someone to copy this if it was me. I'm going to make those reins go up to that, like that. So anyway, another reason I like this image is Picasso himself. Picasso once told, or overheard a client complain, or basically just describe one of his pieces as absolutely brilliant and absolutely 100% perfect. And Picasso, being the great ego that he had, didn't want to ever be compared to God because he figured only God was perfect. So from that point on, Picasso always made a mistake in all of his works. And some little small mistake here or there. And if your wife has ever given you a bad time for leaving a dish out, Um, just smile at her and say Picasso. My wife's caught on, by the way. It doesn't work. And the point is that, you know, I don't want to be perfect because I don't want to be compared to God. So I got to screw up every now and then. So it works with clients too a little bit. Every now and then I'll do something that's, you know, real fancy, real intricate, and every now and then you get that person that walks over and goes, "Whoa, what about this right here?" And you look at it and you go, Picasso. So anyway, I use his name every now and then. No, it's not a 100% excuse, but it always makes me laugh, which is, you know, keeps my mental fortitude safe. So anyway, I love using Picasso. I love thinking about it. I love the image itself. It's just absolutely stunning how, you know, the mind works, and you could take an image in your brain from a novel written in 1600 and in 1950, draw this up, and it probably took him about 5 minutes and come out with something absolutely stunning. Wait till I cut this out of metal. You guys will be amazed. And there's millions and millions of images that if you want, you can cut out, you know. This is one of my favorites. It really is. It's fun. Everybody, I've given a number of these away. They are just blown away. I mean, absolutely blown away. It's pretty cool to have a Picasso hanging in your house. So anyway, let's whack it. Let's cut it out. Let's whack it. Boom! So boom! And if you're gonna, you know, make one, make two. If you got one friend to give this to, I guarantee you probably got two friends to give one of these to. That's, I think start to finish, that's an hour out of my day. It's metal that was already paid for on other jobs. It's fun to keep, my hands steady with the plasma cutter and keep that thing going. And the more I use it, the better, the smoother I am with it. But there's a lot of different images that you guys can find out there, and take advantage of them. I mean, I think those overhead projectors, the bulbs cost about $6 a piece, and they're easy to come by. Just got to look around for it a little bit. I got a couple, and I got 4 or 5 extra bulbs, and it works really, really well. Black iron, chalk, works great on Core 10. It works really good on stainless. I just use a Sharpie on stainless if somebody wants something like that. So, plasma cutter, simple art, hour out of my day. Hopefully make 2 people's day when this arrives. So, hey, thanks for tuning in. I will be posting a lot more videos, show you guys what's happening. Appreciate your patience with the long delays and stuff like that. But like I tell everybody, I get comments all the time. Your sound is shit. Your video quality is blah. I am a welder and a guy that cuts metal out and calls himself an artist, so I could charge more money. But I do this for fun. Hopefully I give you guys some ideas that you can run with yourself, guys and gals. And never forget this tale of the man of La Mancha. Don Quixote. Follow your dreams. And as far as Sancho Panza, the little guy on the mule, spend every day trying to make somebody else's dream come true. This is the Clown. Iron Horse Metals, out.